Ho, ho, ho! Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from Legendary Alex Cardinale.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Live with me, Legendary Alex Cardinale, for the 25th time. Welcome to the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Tonight, Saturday goes live for the 25th time. I have quite an amazing episode in store for you tonight. It's going to be a legendary 25th episode celebration that's actually going to be a party. I've got two amazing ladies as my guests tonight. My first guest is going to be Human Services Manager Kelly Love, who is going to tell us about her role as a Human Services Manager. I've got a special guest host. Brandy the Beagle Cardinale is going to host an interview with yours truly, Alex Cardinale, later on in the show as part of our celebration. Chef Alex is here, and Chef Alex is going to make a great Christmas gift idea for all the Oreo lovers in your life. Chef Alex is going to show you how to make delicious white chocolate peppermint covered Oreos. Aqua Alex is going to show off the new fish he got from Marks Ark, and Aqua Alex is going to talk about the Maroon Clownfish and the Oscar Cichlid in a double fish of the weekend. Plus, I'm going to reveal the best of 2022 for my YouTube channel and how you can vote for them, with the winners being announced on the final Saturday Live of 2022. And I've got a new segment debuting tonight. It's called Legendary Alex Cardinale Asks You, and you, the audience, can be a part of this awesome show. All that and more, including everything you already love about Saturday Live, with the funny videos, Tampa Bay Buccaneers chat, and more. So let's get this awesome party started right now. As always, if you have any questions for me that you want me to answer, please go ahead and post them in the comments. Feel free to share your thoughts on anything that is discussed on today's show in the comments as well. So we're going to start the 25th episode of Saturday Live with our newest segment called Legendary Alex Asks You. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and you can answer them in the comments. And I'm going to reveal your answers later on in the show. So here is this week's questions. Legendary Alex asks you. So, what are you looking forward to this Christmas? And what do you want for Christmas this year? Post them in the comments, and I will reveal your answers later on in the show. And I'll go over my answers later on in the show as well. All right. Well, seeing that since today is a milestone episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, I'm going to go over some facts about this awesome show. So here we go. Saturday Live, legendary fact number 1. As of today's episode, this series has 667 views. Despite what its numbers say, it is a popular show and will continue to grow. A lot of people have told me that they love this show and they really enjoy Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. So back on April 9th of this year, I created this show, and I did not think it would be a weekly thing. So here we are in December, and we're celebrating our 25th episode, almost at 700 views. I think we're looking strong, and I think we're going to get better heading into 2023. So here's another fact for this series, since we're celebrating 25 episodes today. Saturday Live, legendary fact number 2. This show was actually created on accident because I was originally doing guest interviews on Saturday earlier in 2022, like back in January, February, and March. And the guests that I was interviewing had to cancel because they had something going on. And I was still in the mind of a YouTuber and a podcaster, and I was like, the show must go on. So I decided to create this series, Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. Now, originally, it was just going to be like a vlog style talk show where I talked about things that went on in my life, and then I added on to it. I kept adding on to it, and now I made it like a television show, and I'm glad I did that. I think I like it better as a television show instead of as a vlog. But when I first started it back on April 9th of this year, it was created on accident, and I don't think it was supposed to be a show that continued each and every week, but I'm glad that it did, because I really enjoy myself, and it's one of my most fun shows that I get to host, and one that I look forward to doing each and every week. It's an honor and a pleasure, and I thank everyone that tunes into it and everyone that watches it, and I hope they all enjoy it as well. All right, and the final fact for this milestone is this. My original goal was to make this like a Tonight Show, like a television talk show. So I wanted it to be like a spinoff of Saturday Night Live or like the Jimmy Kimmel Show. So hopefully I'm doing a good job of that, but doing it in my own way on YouTube, not on television, my own segments. And I'm probably the only Tonight Show that has tropical fish chat. So that's pretty cool. So those are some facts on this awesome series that's going to continue airing each and every Saturday night. So each milestone, whether it's the 50th, 75th, 100th, or 1 year anniversary of this show, we're going to have some more legendary facts about this show. All right, moving along. It is Christmas season. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. And on the next couple episodes of Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale, I'm going to give out some Christmas facts. And just because we're celebrating our 25th episode today doesn't mean that I'm not going to give out Christmas facts. Here are some awesome Christmas facts for tonight's show. Here is a really interesting Christmas fact. Christmas used to be illegal. Yes, believe it or not, it used to be illegal. Oklahoma was the last United States state to declare Christmas a legal holiday in 1907. That is crazy. But I'm glad it is a legal holiday because Christmas is one of my favorite holidays in the entire year. Christmas fact number 2. Christmas trees usually grow for close to 15 years before they can be sold. Wow, it takes 15 years to grow a large Christmas tree. That is a long time, ladies and gentlemen. And our final Christmas fact for this week's show. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer got his start as an advertising gimmick for Montgomery Ward in 1839. I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's one of my favorite Christmas characters, so it's nice to know that he started a long time ago for Montgomery Ward. And I actually have purchased from Montgomery Ward before during Christmas time and during other times of the year as well. So for those of you who don't know what Montgomery Ward is, it's basically a catalog business. You get catalogs in the mail, and you can order from that business, and the products get shipped right to you. So it's like a magazine business is probably the best way to describe it. But they also have an online website where you can go shop on their website as well. A lot of people give Montgomery Ward gift cards, and people can shop online for what they want. Montgomery Ward sells DVDs, electronics. They sell clothes, sports team stuff. They have a lot of stuff, including food as well. So those are the Christmas facts for this week's show. So it wouldn't be a party without guests, right? Well, it's time for our very first guest here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. This guest reached out to me earlier this week, and she expressed that she really wanted to be a special guest on the show today. I loved her passion. I loved her personality, and I agreed that she would be an awesome person to have on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. So it is my pleasure to welcome Kelly Love to the show. It's time for our first guest interview here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. I am really excited for this guest interview. She is a wonderful person, and she reached out to be a guest here on the show. And as soon as I got the message, I knew I had to have her on the show. Our guest is a human service major. She's an advocate for memory care and mental illness for the elderly. And her fields of expertise are early childhood, older adults, group homes for both troubled youth and adults, and she owns her own nonprofit ministry called Love and Kindness Minds Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Kelly Love. Kelly, how are you doing today?
Hi, and we're celebrating. So happy 25th anniversary. Woo-hoo! I forgot to get my little blowy thing. But I am so proud of you. I get to be on the 25th episode. Are you happy and excited like I am?
Yes, I'm very happy to have you here. I love your personality.
Yes. That's what we're all about. Love and Kindness Ministries is all about supporting each other. KNP of Charlotte is a business consultant of mine, business as well, and support. And so this is an honor for me as I honor you today.
Awesome. So first, I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday season.
Same to you. Same to you. I love that Christmas tree that's behind you. I love it. I need to come steal it because I don't have my tree up yet.
Thank you. It's a beautiful tree. My mom decorated it.
Oh, wow. Cool beans.
So, what are you looking forward to this Christmas?
Well, for one, like you say now, since we say Christmas decorations, I'm looking at being able to decorate my home without children. And if anybody is an empty nester like me, you finally get to put up the real decorations. You don't have to worry about nobody breaking them. So I see your Christmas tree that gives me inspiration to put mine up or buy another one. I've been even most times I recycle trees and I give them to Goodwill or somebody and I buy me another tree. But since it's just me, I probably will buy a smaller tree. I won't do a 6-footer. I'll buy a small tree and decorate it because actually I have one son here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have another one in Flankerton. So I'm shipping their gifts because I actually have to work that weekend. I work an outside job outside of my companies. And I actually got to work the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th. So that'll be my Christmas. It won't be sad. I have my mom and my dad if they're living. I hope and pray. But it won't be with all my family. He'll be in Flankerton because this is his first year in his home. So we did go Thanksgiving to his house, my older child.
That's cool. I
So
love
everybody's
Christmas.
living and we get to eat good, and I'll come share, or I'll text you and show you all the pictures, and you text me all the good recipes. So me and you gonna have to do something about recipes about this Christmas. What we gonna
Absolutely. I
our
love to
family.
cook
Me too. I do
and
too.
bake.
Yep. So you share your ideas and I'll share mine. But we might not do it on here. Some things can't everybody know the secret of the ingredients.
True.
But I'll share with you, only you.
I know you've been watching a lot of my videos lately.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I don't know if you've seen where I was saying that I was going to be off. Like this weekend I'm off. So I was trying to tell you, like, I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to support you, but I'm not off. And to tell a little bit about that, I pass medicine. So my job currently is called medication technician. I'm not a licensed nurse, but in assisted living, you get me. So at 10 o'clock, I might be through passing medicine if nothing happens. So that's why I be trying to catch you, or I'll go back. But I had to keep my promise. So that's what I was trying to do. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then again, like you say, you was introduced to me from my childhood friend, Catherine Jones, and her husband, CJ Jones. And I think I shared that on the other different thing about how we met and how she brought you into my life. So I'm just excited. I'm just excited.
It's awesome. I know they're going to be thrilled when they see our interview.
Yeah, I was surprised that we didn't get things. You know, when you share, I shared it and I didn't hear anything back. So I said she probably called me later and say, "Okay, you did good," or "You was super excited. You talk too much and you need to slow down." But if you've been around Catherine, you pretty much you see we're both born October the 10th. I'm 2 years older than her. I'm 72. She's 74. So I didn't mean to tell your age out there, sis. But we both have this electric energy because the electric energy that we had was on her bedroom floor when we was kids.
Nice.
I met her at the age when I was like 5, 6 when I moved into the neighborhood. She was already in the neighborhood, and we moved in 1978. She was already there. So she was my first friend and first person who reached out to me and say, "Hey, I'll be your friend. You want to be my friend?" You know, and the rest is history. So I'm very excited about what's going on in her life as well.
That's good. She's a wonderful person.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look, I can brag. I got bragging rights. I've been doing basically all my life. I'm 50. I just turned 50 in October, so hey, you preach to the choir. That's my baby.
I've known her for about a decade, most likely.
Right, right. Pretty much. All the boo-boos and all of that. So we really kind of just grew up together, except for, life happens and you go this way, but they're always right there in that old ticker.
That's true. So I have some news I want to share with my audience. You want to sponsor my YouTube, right?
Yes. And I'm not just coming by myself. I'm coming with some more people behind me. So I put some stuff that I'm not going to put in here because I didn't really get all the permission to vocal their stuff. But like I shared with you earlier, they are wanting to come on board and be your sponsors as well. So you will talk to them and they'll tell you, what they're going to do and the services they're going to render to you. But awesome. I eat the cost. I'm
Thank
eating the
you
cost.
very much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, I have
kind.
to. Love and kindness is what it is. Even though it's my name, pretty much, because I tried 3 times before I got it through the articles of a corporation in North Carolina. So, but if you look at the biblical sense, it's always showing love and kindness. And I believe if you're in a ministry, I didn't want my name and all of that. I wanted to be biblical. So love and kindness. If I don't show you like we're doing now, love, and you showing me love and kindness, then it don't match up. So I'm a big thing on few is chosen and few is called. I'm very big on that. And Catherine will tell you, literally, a lot of people do not know about love and kindness. I never open my mouth and it's still just me. I have a few people in my circle because of ministry. I don't want a bad name, just like you don't want a bad name. So we got to be kind of selective on even you. Like I said, you're my baby now. I'm your sponsor and I treat you like that. I treat you like the mother dove, hold you in my hand, my baby eagle, and just let you fly. But I'm not going to let somebody come in if I think they're going to hurt you. So that's my social service work of our ethics. Do no harm. Yeah. So if they're not a fit and you say, Kelly, they're not a fit, but you're the boss. I'm not the boss. So if somebody come to you and I don't care how much they want to sponsor you and you don't feel it's a good fit, like that puzzle piece I like to talk about, then it doesn't happen. Then we stop the press right there. But everything is drawn up in the legal way. So, I don't have to feed you the whole cow. You know where I'm going with this.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I know you're a human service major. What exactly is human services?
Well, I like to put it like this. Human services that we serve humans. That's my joke. We don't serve animals. It's not animal services. We serve humans. And my pet peeve is that you have blood running through your veins. And this is what I tell my clients and my consumers, because I'm still working in the field, is that if you do not like human beings who have blood in their veins, then get you a desk job so that you can have a pen, paper. The pen can't talk back to you. Your laptop can't talk back to you. Your whatever. Anything that can't talk back to you, then that's the job you need. Because human service, you got to like humans, like us. You got to like what we're doing. If you don't want to talk, not the field. Because you got to have the gift of gab all day long. One person put on Facebook, I think it was on KNP of Charlotte's page, they put on there for all the people, and I don't know if you've seen it, I shared it, all the people who got unnecessary talking on their report card. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I got satisfactory in everything except for unnecessary talking. So I had to give a gap. I went to Briarwood Elementary School. Me and Kat both. That was our home school, and right off of the plaza. And every time my mama said, "I knew it," I said, "Mama, you already know. Unnecessary talking. Unnecessary talking." But see, the thing of it is, I'm the sibling. I'm the product. I'm the 8th child of 9 living children at the time. They're not all not living now, but we're gonna keep it going. So 8 kids. I knew I had my brothers and sisters. They live in New Jersey. They didn't come down with my mom. So and I never had a child care experience, which I was a daycare director for 22 years. I didn't have that. So when I went to school, I was hugging everybody, just hugging everybody, and so excited because I had somebody to play with. I was the only child at my house at that time. So outside of, like I said, outside of Miss Catherine, I had nobody to play with. I had people in my neighborhood, but when it got home and behind closed doors, it was nobody but me and my mom and my dad and board games and stuff like that. So when I seen kids the first day of school, I was like we doing that. I was excited, like, oh wow, kids to play with. So Miss Barron, I'll never forget it, but my mom had called me and she was my kindergarten teacher. And she said, "Baby, I have something bad to tell you." And I said, "What?" She said, "Your beloved kindergarten teacher has expired." And I was like, "I don't." She said, "You want me to clip the paper?" I said, "No, because I'll just cry." I said, "I just got to keep on remember her smile." And she was really a good kindergarten teacher. By me actually being an educator, I can look back on how we started. We had naps once. So, I'm telling my age, I'm 50. When we went to kindergarten, you still took a nap like you do in childcare. So I had a cot. So long story short, if you did good, she gave us 2 M&Ms before we went outside. Well, I had unnecessary talking, so I didn't get 2, she would still give you 1. She never really gave you 0 unless you was bad. You had to be really naughty, not on the good list since this is Christmas time. And so, but I had a friend, and I would, I wouldn't say that, and my friend would always share with me. So push come to shove, she said, put it in your mouth. So she walk away, she give it to me, and then I have my 1, but I done already ate the other one, so I still always got 2. I say that's the story. So Lord, but yeah, so I was naughty, not so much naughty, but that talking like I do when you say I'm excited and passionate, I just couldn't keep my mouth shut.
Sounds like me sometimes.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But again, though, going back to our topic, because me and you, we don't meet strangers. A human service manager. So, and that's another thing. What is a human manager job and duty is as this? Your job is to make sure that your clients, if they call clients, if they call consumers, and most time clients and consumers is in the group home setting. If you are in facilities like a nursing home, assisted living, an independent home, that type of environment, because most people know that one better. When you're, most times you don't not called a human service manager, you're called a social worker in those type settings. So when you say human service manager, it's more so in my group home setting. So I started in 1997 when I finished my 2-year degree at Central Piedmont, and they just renamed it Human Services. But when I started in 91, I graduated from Garinger in 91. That August of 91, I enrolled in Central Piedmont Community College. I'm still home based. I didn't want to leave my mom and dad. So with that being said, it was called social services then. But now, like you say, it's not called, you got the School of Social Work, like in Chapel Hill, where my goddaughter graduated from. But it's called human service because it's a little bit more valuable. People look at social services as only Medicaid, food stamps, disability, mothers, unfortunately, out of wedlock. So they looked at that. So they wanted to change that, even though we got the Department of Social Services, that didn't change. But if you look at the website says Department of Human Services, because again, we're servicing humans and they want to keep that in your mindset. So when I look at Alex and I'm looking at you and I'm saying I'm sponsoring you, I'm serving the human being, the whole human being. Let's go there when we're talking. It's not I'm doing one thing, I'm doing several things to uplift the human being in whatever aspect it is. So, like I said, to go a little bit further, I started at the men's shelter on North Tryon Street in Charlotte, because that's where I was housed at. And my internship was there. So I had a 40-hour internship before I graduated in 97. I had a 40-hour work week. I had 2 young kids. So I made it, though. I graduated. But in that aspect, I learned about men, the transitional housing. So we did more on the transitional housing that had 50 men. And in transitioning, remember, again, we're thinking about humans. So we're redirecting this mind. And we're doing the word transitioning. Transitioning was for them to transition from the shelter into, if they wanted to stay in a hotel, that. If they wanted to get a house, that. If they was going to go back and relocate. A lot of people don't realize, a lot of people in the men's shelter are not from here, not from North Carolina at all. They just traveling or they're trying to support their family. So it made me think about COVID-19. They was doing it way back in 97. They couldn't find employment there. So they told their wives, they had wives, they would send their money over to the wives in their cities and stuff, but they could stay in a bunk. In the transition housing, you had a room. It had a door with a curtain. There wasn't no door, but it had 2 single bed like cots, and they had like the little dresser and maybe a lamp, and they shared that space and be 2 men there. It was different from the 200 men on the other side of like that warehouse that had the bunk beds that remind you of oh Lord, I gotta say our old stuff like Gomer Pyle movie, where it shows the barracks and stuff in the military. If you're not familiar how the barracks look, that's what it looked like. And I was the only female of this. This was an honor. I went in and I had a male work. And when I had to count the beds, because we had to count the men, that was our job, I was the only one. And they would say, woman on deck. And all you would hear was like, hold on, hold on, hold on. So they cover themselves, they would spend, because I had to take a clipboard and literally write down if they was there. Because if they wasn't, then especially like now when getting ready to be wintertime, then I could let another homeless person come in and be in that bunk because they was absent. But I had to make sure before I accepted anybody that I didn't give away your bunk. And we had to go through the drug test, so we had to breathalyze them every night. The male that was with me would pat them down, so I didn't pat them down. The male supervisor patted them down, and I did the breathalyzer. And that's when I learned that I knew some cough syrup had alcohol in it, but I didn't know a lot of them. So sometimes, not saying they had actually was taking a drink, but it was a cough medicine. So I would tell them, y'all, you go step back. Let's give you 30 minutes, get all these people in and then redo it. And then, or rinse your mouth out, and then they would pass and they could come in. And then we had to do that for security because I did it. I'm not trying to be funny, but it was kind of like a slave ship. I don't want nobody to think I'm being funny. In the wintertime, we could have 200 men in their barracks. We had 50 in transition. So everybody was housed, and we had this open area where they could eat, like the chow hall, the lockers and stuff. And I put them in there as best as I could until I couldn't have not 1 inch of space, meaning that they had to sit up in a chair. And if I didn't use all my chairs before, I turned a person away. So I did get commemorated on that, of being able, again, my puzzle piece. I knew how to put you this way, that way. And just to try to get them in there, because again, I'm servicing the human, and it was cold, and that's when it's the teens and stuff way back in '97. So I did get commemorated with that. And I think I did my job a little bit too well, unfortunately, because I kept records. So when the guys only had to pay us $7 a week, I gave them a receipt for that $7. So if somebody said they didn't pay their rent, I had a ledger. Me and my co-worker, we came together because we knew, like, they give you cash money. You can't, cash money, you can say you gave it to him and I can say you didn't, you know what I'm saying? But without a receipt, they had no leg to stand on. So that's why I said, again, like you said, the advocacy of that. With the men's shelter, again, the managing part and the human, we did the whole mind, body, and soul. So we taught them banking and finance. So all these like in-service trainings that I did with them doing my internship, but it just kept on going. It's like I was building the program once I got in there as a actual full-time paid employee. So we did business and finance, checks and balances with that. So remember, now I don't think hardly too many people write an actual physical check, but we did checks and balances. And even back then, I got my corporation papers in '98, but I still had that mentorial mind, entrepreneur mind. So I was showing them, because I had cooks, I had people who already could do an entrepreneur job and go ahead and start their own companies. So we did checks and balances. So again, if they're going to leave and transition from the shelter and live on their own, then we do checks and balances. We got rent, we got lights, we got food, we need a budget. And whether they had food stamps or not, that's still a budget. Because if they gave you $100 of food stamps, you got to budget your food stamps so you can eat for the whole entire month, and then if you can't, what are you going to do? Or how you stretch the meals. So that went into banking and finance, then go into, like you say, we like to cook, show the men how to do simple cooking in a budget. Hey, you fry an egg in a microwave. They didn't know that. Little stuff that people didn't know. But if they was in a hotel and it had the microwave, I can show them how to cook their whole breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a microwave.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I bet you can do that too on your cooking stuff. So we did banking and finance, simple stuff that we take for granted. Like in Charlotte, you have the busing system. We didn't have the light rail back then. So teaching them where to purchase a bus pass, because a lot of people didn't know where to go because they wasn't from Charlotte. So you're teaching them how to get on the bus. I missed that trip because I was in school and I missed it. So my mentor was Catherine, not our Catherine, but another Catherine. Her name was Catherine Dudley. And my supervisor, and she took them literally. They went and got the bus pass. She rode them around Charlotte to show them where to pay their utility bills and things like that on the bus line. So I gave her the itinerary, and they learned how to change buses. I guess it's called transfer bus, and I guess that's the old school. I'm old, but it used to be the transfer ticket, so you had to give it to the bus driver and get another one and stuff like that. I don't know if it's different now, but they learned how to go around, and that was a part of their in-service training. So I'm very biblical, and so it's kind of like you say, train up a child, train up an adult. And once you give them, teach them how to fish. So once we gave them the tools for them to be a success, and we told them, don't let pride get in the way. If God forbid, if they had to come back to the shelter, if something happened like COVID-19, it felt like back then that would have been our COVID-19 for experience working in the men's shelter, and same thing, like if people donated clothes, some of them didn't want to wear them. So we had a wash machine and dryer there. I said, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to wash these clothes. We're going to make them smell nice. And you're going to put these clothes on, so we're learning to get them from what they think they can afford to that mindset. Oh, I can't afford this, to showing them what they can afford in moderation till you do better. Then you can go wherever you want to shop. But if somebody's donating stuff, like we say Christmas time, they do a lot of donations. It might not have had been chance to get washed. It might have smelled like old a little bit, but be grateful that somebody's thinking, because they didn't have to bring it to the men's shelter. So simple as that. So we did that. The cooking, like you say, one-on-one, the mental illness part. So we get into that part. The mental illness part, like you say, for adults and the elderly. And no offense, Alex, we need to talk about this on another segment. We need some money, because nobody, if you think about it, you look it up. Everybody who's watching can look it up. There's no facility that has mental illness for the elderly.
Very
we have
true.
group homes, but it's none. So that's a killing money, but we'll talk about that later. That's some killing money. So also, like I said, we talked about the hotels and transitioning housing. The other part is about keeping up your appointments. And that was a big side of the social workers, but we had social workers there too, who still came and helped us with our consumer. My boss was an actual licensed social worker. And that means you go pay money to be licensed. You went to college, but you got to pay another money to get licensed. That's why they say they paid money, and they have to renew their license. It's keeping up with appointments. So I'm guilty of this. I just got my own appointments done. Keeping up with appointments, keeping up with your care plan. So care plan meaning is basically goals and objectives. Like me and you're talking now, we got goals and objectives, how you want your program to do, goals and objectives. So keeping them on that care plan when they leave us. And that's the big thing. You want them to be successful, like the mother dove. When we put them out there in the world, we know they're safe. We hope they're safe. We hope we gave them the tools that they can use to stay there and don't have to come back. But let them learn how to swallow pride if you have to come back to the shelter. That it's not above you. As long as you got a roof over your head, food, all that, you don't have to pay for that. It was $7 back then. I don't know if it's the same, but $7 a week. I wish I could stay in my house for $7 a week. That's pretty much it on that. So, you got your social workers, case workers. So yeah. That's pretty much on that part. The part of I think that's it about on the caseworker side.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today. We'll have to continue our conversation on another day. Instead of going, there's less than 1 minute left of recording here.
Okay. Yeah, me and you talk a lot. So yeah.
No problem. Thank you, Kelly, for being an amazing guest. We're going to continue our conversation Saturday here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Kelly and I ran out of time because on Zoom you have a 45-minute time limit, and we're having some technical issues at the beginning of our recording. But we're going to have Kelly Love back on the show next Saturday to continue our conversation. And I want to thank Kelly Love for becoming my very first sponsor here on my YouTube channel. That's right. If you're just tuning in now, Kelly is now sponsoring my YouTube channel, the Legendary Alex Cardinale, and I am forever grateful. Don't forget our new segment that debuted tonight here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. I am asking you some questions. What are you looking forward to this Christmas? And what do you want for Christmas this year? Post your answers in the comments, and I will go over your answers later on in the show. So make sure you post your answers to my questions in the comments, and I will go over them later on in the show. Are you guys ready for some delicious Oreo treats? Chef Alex is now going to show you how to make white chocolate covered peppermint Oreos. Hey everyone, Chef Alex Cardinale, honored to be here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Congratulations to Legendary Alex Cardinale for 25 great episodes on Saturday night. And it's such a huge party tonight that I have 2 baking demonstrations for you. In just a moment, we're going to make peppermint white chocolate covered Oreos. And then later on in the show, I'm going to show you how to make my version of a delicious sugar cookie featuring this, Twix. I'm going to show you how to make a Twix sugar cookie, which is kind of like a crumble copycat version. That's later on in the show. But right now, we're going to make white chocolate covered Oreos. But there's a Christmas twist on it. This is a great Christmas recipe. We're going to make peppermint white chocolate covered Oreos. Now I know you can go to your local grocery store and buy a box of white chocolate covered Oreos, but that's like $6. Why not make it at home much cheaper? All you need is a package of Oreos. All you need is a package of white chocolate chips. And here I have Nestle Toll House is what I'm using. You also need a can of sweetened condensed milk, or you could use a little bit of heavy cream or half and half, and a few drops of peppermint extract. Go light on this because this stuff is strong. These are really simple to make, and I'm going to show you how to make them right now. Just the 4 ingredients. Really, you can omit the milk or the cream if you want. But the 4 ingredients are the white chocolate chips, the Oreo, the peppermint, and the sweetened condensed milk. So we're going to take our little mixing bowl here, and we're going to melt our white chocolate. And then we're also going to want to have a cookie sheet lined with wax paper to put the Oreos on after we put them in the melted chocolate. So we're going to take our we're going to take our white chocolate here, and we're going to open it up. And we're going to put it into our bowl here. And then we're going to take our sweetened condensed milk and pour the whole can there. That'll help it melt a little bit smoother. And it'll add some flavor. Alright, let me get rid of that before it falls on the floor. And like I said, just a few drops of the Watkins Peppermint Extract. Big fan of Watkins products. I highly recommend it. They're all natural and they're amazing. So we're going to use maybe a teaspoon or so of this. Well, eyeball. I don't want to put too much because my family's not really big on peppermint, but I am. That, and maybe a little more. That's good enough. Okay. So just so you know that peppermint is in there. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to put this in a microwave for about 30 seconds. And I'm going to check it at the halfway point just to make sure it does not burn, because white chocolate can actually burn if you don't stir it. So we're going to cook it for 30, and then at 15 I'm going to stir it and put it back in. So we'll be right back. So here it is after 15 seconds, and I'm just going to go ahead and start stirring it a bit. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up nicely, and we're going to want to get some of that heat in there. So as you can see, it needs to be microwaved for more for 15 more seconds. We want to keep doing that until it's nice and combined. So I'm going to show you again. Try to do this with one hand. It needs to be melted more. So we're going to put it in there for another 15 to 20 seconds. And it should be nicely melted when it comes out. It has to be fully melted before we can decorate our Oreos. So here we are after 30 seconds. And as you can see, it's coming together nicely. This is exactly what you want after 30 seconds. To be able to mix it together. So I'm going to finish mixing it until it's nice and melted, and then we'll mix our Oreos in there to make our white chocolate covered Oreos. Smells good. Perfect. So now that our chocolate is nice and melted, we're going to take our Oreos and our little fork here, and we're going to dip it into the chocolate until it's nice and combined. We have to move fast because this chocolate hardens quick. So just move it around until it's fully coated in chocolate. And then you'll let the excess chocolate drip off or fall back into the bowl like that. And you'll put it onto the parchment or the wax paper lined cookie tray. Almost a parchment lined tray, because that's what we do for baked goods. So I'm going to put a couple in at a time so that I don't let this chocolate harden too much. And then you're just going to make sure they're covered in chocolate. The white chocolate peppermint that I've made. So simple homemade white chocolate covered Oreos. That looks great, doesn't it? Perfect. I'll let that fall. Alrighty. We'll do a couple more. And then I'll show you a picture of them when they're done. Perfect. Stick that on there so it can harden. There we go. And then we got this one. Very simple to make and very fun also. You could put as much chocolate on it or as little white chocolate on it as you like, but I love my white chocolate Oreos. So we'll put that one here. So now we're going to let these sit for a little while, then they're going to go in the fridge to firm up, and then once they firm up, you're ready to enjoy them. So I did 6, so I'll probably do 6 more, and then I'm going to give these away to a friend. These are really simple to make. Again, all you do is you take an Oreo into the white chocolate and move it around with your fork. This one is broken. The Oreo's no good. You don't want to use any broken Oreos, because then it'll just make cookies and cream fudge of your white chocolate. That's essentially what sweetened condensed milk does to white chocolate, is to make fudge. But real simple treat to make and an easy dessert to give to people, white chocolate Oreos. So if you don't want to spend $6, this is a way to make it. Alright, so we just take our fork and twirl it into the white chocolate until the Oreo is covered. Perfect, and then you take it out and put it onto the parchment until it cools. So later on we'll give this a try. Once this has firmed up and hardened, we'll give these Oreos a try. There's nothing better in the world than freshly made white chocolate covered Oreos. The day of they are the best, but even the day after or so, they are good as well. Alright, I, Chef Alex, will see you a little bit when I give these a try. And stay tuned, because later on I'm going to show you how to make a delicious Twix sugar cookie. You're not going to want to miss that, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the white chocolate covered peppermint Oreos. I just got done doing them all. I'm going to pop these in the fridge for about 10 minutes and they'll be ready to serve. I hope you try this delicious recipe, and I will see you later on in the show as I make the delicious Twix cookies. These are the finished white chocolate peppermint Oreos right out of the freezer. You can see that you can pick them up now without melting, but I'm going to use a spatula. I just wanted to show you what they look like when they're done. You should be able to use the spatula to get them up, and you can see I could do that. Just use a little bit of force. They look really good, and I'll taste one with you guys a little bit later on in the show. Now get ready to see me make Twix cookies. So here is the White Chocolate Peppermint Oreo that we made earlier, and we're going to go ahead and give it a try right here on camera. It is really good, so hopefully you'll try that recipe. I think you'll like it. It's really delicious. Not too strong either. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do the Twix sugar cookies because the recipe came out worse than I thought when it was baking. So we're going to redo the Twix sugar cookies, but it'll play on the 800th episode on December 16th. And more details to come on the 800th episode later on the show. Let's see. We have some comments to get to. That fish guy's in the house. What's up, bro? Sorry I haven't been here recently. I really do love watching. How was your day? My day was legendary. It was great. I had a great day so far working on this show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And no worries. No worries that you don't celebrate Christmas. So now we're going to welcome Aqua Alex to the show. And it's time for him to show off what new fish he got. Hey everyone, Aqua Alex Cardinale here. I am super excited to be here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Tonight I have two fish of the weekend that I'm going to talk about here on this celebration party. I'm going to talk about the gold striped maroon clownfish and the Oscar cichlid a little later on in the party. But you know, as a fish keeper, every time there is a celebration, whether it's an episode celebration, a birthday celebration, or any kind of celebration here on my YouTube channel, I like to reward myself with some new fish. And that is exactly what I did today, except I didn't have to buy any new fish. That's right. I started this celebration weekend early without having to purchase anything. I did a trade-in at my local fish store, which, by the way, is Marks Ark here in Green Acres, Florida. If you want to check them out, they've got a lot of interesting fish in stock right now. Unfortunately, I was not able to do a fish store tour, but we'll work on letting that happen for a future celebration episode. It was Friday night, and it was really busy in there, and I had to do a trade-in. So let me tell you how I ended up getting all these fish without paying for anything. So I had to rehome a really large, aggressive, pink giant gourami, albino giant gourami. It was terrorizing the fish in my friend Daryl's tank, so he gave him back to me. Originally, I bought that giant gourami and raised him, but he got too aggressive for me, so my friend Daryl got him. And then they got too aggressive for Daryl, so Daryl gave it back to me. And I put him in my 125, and for a little while he did good. Then he started terrorizing my gold severum, my red-spotted gold severum, and he just got way too aggressive. So I decided I was going to rehome him, and I couldn't find anyone that would take him. So I called my local fish store, Marks Ark, and they were actually looking for a decent-sized giant gourami. Albino giant gourami is what they really wanted, so it hit the head on the nail, and they wanted him, so I said I'll bring him in. So I brought him in along with my female green severum and my jaguar cichlid, because I really don't have a need for a female green severum anymore. I don't want my green severums to keep breeding. I don't need to breed severums. It's too much work, and I don't want to do that. So I figured the green severum would go to a good home. And the jaguar cichlid, he was kind of aggressive, but he really didn't eat. Anyway, I got a decent amount of credit, and I got some new fish to help celebrate the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale this weekend. So enough talk. Let's go ahead and show some of these new fish. Now, two of the new fish are going to go in the 75-gallon behind me. They're probably big enough to go in the 125, but I don't trust it. I think my wolffish and the Oscar would try to go after them. And then 4 of the fish that I got are going in my community tank, which is now a 55-gallon, because my pike cichlid decided to eat most of my mollies. But I got the remainder of my mollies in the 55, and 4 of these fish will join them. So let's start now. The first fish that I got are actually 4. These are swordtails, and these swordtails are going to be going in my 55-gallon molly community tank. I never thought I'd see the day where I keep mollies and swordtails, but you have to say they are really cool fish. So these 4 mollies, or excuse me, these 4 swordtails are going to join my mollies in the 55-gallon. You have to really admire the swordtail. They're a classic fish from the 80s and 90s. I was talking to the fish store employee, and she remembers seeing them around when she was younger, around my age. So these are really cool fish. As a monster fish keeper, you can appreciate some fish like these because these are really cool. So we're going to go on to 55, but the really cool oddball stuff is coming up. Let's see what we got here. All right, here we got a fish that I wanted for a long time. It's a Pleuripterus, the most common kind, but I really wanted it. It's a Pleuripterus senegalis, also known as a Senegal biker. It's been a long time since I've had a biker. Nonetheless, a Senegal biker. The last Senegal biker I had was an albino variant, but this is the natural variant, the one you'll actually go out in the Congo and Africa and you'll find this variant. So this is a very beautiful biker. My friend Daryl got me interested in bikers again. He is big enough to go in the 125, I think, but I'm going to play it safe and put him in the 75, just because I don't want to lose him. He's a very beautiful fish, and I always like bikers. Ideally, I would like to get a Delhaize and an Endless Cherry and maybe an Oronate for the 125. So eventually, he will go in the 125, just not at the moment. And last but not least, we got another shark, but this one's a red-tailed shark, and he's adult size. He's about a 4-inch red-tailed shark, similar to the rainbow shark, but much chubbier, and he's almost full-grown. This one's related to the black shark, but unlike the black shark, it does not grow 24 inches in length. He'll reach at most another 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. So I'm going to float these guys and let them acclimate, and then I'll show you them when they're in their new aquariums. So those are the new fish that I got for the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Thank you to Marks Ark for allowing me to do a trade-in and get those amazing fish. They are all doing well, with the exception that I had to move my red-tailed shark into the 125 because he was terrorizing the 75-gallon this morning. But he is doing incredibly well in the 125, and I think he will be a good fit in the 125. So thank you, Marks Ark, for that. You know, 2022 has been an incredible year for me, Legendary Alex Cardinale. I have had a blast here on YouTube. I have hosted some amazing live streams on YouTube. And what's even better about 2022 is now I can make some money on Facebook, and I'm sure in 2023 I'll make money on YouTube. So if you're watching me on Facebook, you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more legendary content like this one. So right now, we're going to go ahead and go over the best of 2022 nominees and how you can vote. Now, years ago, when I was doing audio podcast, I used to do an award show, and I'm bringing that concept back. Only this time, it'll be on my YouTube channel. Each and every year, I'm going to pick a best video of that year, and it starts this year. So here are the best of 2022 nominees. Now, before I give you the nominees, I'm going to tell you how you can vote. Now, either tonight after this show or tomorrow morning, I am going to post the favorite videos on a community poll on my Facebook page, which is the Legendary Alex Cardinale, and also the community tab of my YouTube channel. So on my Facebook page, the Legendary Alex Cardinale, and my community tab on YouTube, the Legendary Alex Cardinale, I will post all the videos that are available to vote for. And in the comments of those posts, you will simply post your favorite video, and whatever video has the most comments will win. And that will win the best of 2022 for that category. You can also personal message me your picks for the best of 2022 this year. There's going to be different categories, and I'm going to go over the categories in a minute. The winners of each category and the winners of the best of 2022 for my YouTube channel, the Legendary Alex Cardinale, will be announced live on Saturday, December 30th, on the final Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale of 2022. So the final 2022 episode will be the best of 2022 on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. So here are the nominees. So the best aquatic wetline episode, the best fish keeping video of 2022. Here are your nominees for the best aquatic wetline episode. Interview with Kevin Cumberton from Tangled Up in Cichlids. Aqua Alex Live, best foods to feed your fish. Aqua Alex Live Fish Keepers Q&A, July 2022. Big Boy Tank Update, my black wolfish. Those are your nominees for the best aquatic wetline episode of 2022. Best in the Ring episode, my wrestling show. The men and women's 2022 Royal Rumble entry prediction. The Royal Rumble 2022 pre-show, and the WrestleMania 38 Saturday and Sunday pre-show. The best crime show of 2022. Best on the Case. Richard Beasley, Endel King, Lacey Spears, James Ani, James Holmes, or Richard Farley. Best Keeping It Real episode of 2022. NFL playoff and Super Bowl 56 predictions. Is it bad management or bad employee? The episode where I talked about leaving Texas Roadhouse. Why I quit Palm Beach Shoe. My episode on Mountain Dew. And the best celebration episode of 2022. Was it my 8-year YouTube anniversary? Was it my 600th video or my 700th video? Was it my Aqua Alex 100th episode? Or was it my 29th birthday bash? And the last category, best special guest. Was it Kevin Cumberton from Tangled Up in Cichlids? Was it the former porn addict turned mentor, Joshua Shea? Was it my friend and fish keeper, Daryl Shorts? Was it my friends, Catherine and CJ Jones? Or was it the guest that was on my 8-year YouTube anniversary, Blueview Aquatics owner Josh Rodriguez. We shall find out when you vote, and you must vote by December 30th. The winners will be announced on the final Saturday Live of 2022 Best Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, Best of 2022 on December 30th. And again, I will post all those nominees on my Facebook page and the community tab on YouTube. Simply comment there your pick, and that will be your vote, and the winner will be announced on December 30th. All right, now it's time to talk about our first fish of the weekend. And this will be the first time ever on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale that a saltwater fish will be discussed.
It's time to chat tropical fish. Let's welcome Aqua Alex Cardinale to Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Aqua Alex will be discussing a species of tropical fish each and every week. It will either be a freshwater or saltwater tropical fish species that is in the aquarium hobby and can be kept by aquarium hobbyists. Aqua Alex has kept many different species, both fresh and salt. He has knowledge mostly on cichlids, catfish, monsterfish, and many others. What fish is up for discussion today? Ladies and gentlemen, dive into the fish tank. Get ready to welcome the one and the only Aqua Alex. Here is the one and the only South American and monster fish keeper, Aqua Alex.
Hey everyone, Aqua Alex Cardinale. Honored and proud to be here on such a milestone occasion. The 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. I tell you, this talk show is taking off. It's going to be something huge in the future. Watch. I, Aqua Alex, have to give Legendary Alex Cardinale a lot of congratulations for being able to host 25 weekend talk shows in a row. You know, weekends are generally busy for people because people have weekends off from work and they want to relax. But that crazy cat, Legendary Alex Cardinale, always consistently puts out quality Saturday Lives 25 weekends in a row, and I give him credit. I'm just honored that I, Aqua Alex, get to be here on the 25th episode, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And right now, I'm going to talk about a saltwater fish. Now, granted, I will let you know that Aqua Alex is mostly known for freshwater fish. Things like Oscars, monsterfish, catfish, and South American fish. But you know, at one point in time, I, Aqua Alex, kept saltwater aquariums. It's true. I did have saltwater aquariums at one time, and I will again. As a matter of fact, in the very near future, I'm going to have a saltwater aquarium. So, one saltwater fish that is one of my particular favorites, and I hold it near and dear to my heart, is the fish that is pictured beneath me, the fish that is pictured next to me, the fish that is pictured behind me, and that is the gold striped maroon clownfish. Now, I love all clownfish, whether it's the Ocellaris clown, the Percula clown, or the maroon clown. But my absolute favorite is the gold striped maroon clownfish. So, the first fish of the weekend on this historic 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale is the gold striped maroon clownfish. So let's learn about the gold striped maroon clownfish, shall we? Now, I don't have a saltwater tank currently, so I currently do not have a gold striped maroon clownfish. Sad, I know, but I will. In 2023, I'm going to set up a 75-gallon saltwater tank, and I'm going to have a gold striped maroon clown. But a number of years ago, I did have a saltwater aquarium, and I kept several gold striped maroon clowns. Not all in the same tank, but I had different species. So here is one of the gold striped maroon clowns that I kept a number of years ago. Very, very pretty fish, right? Here is another gold striped maroon clown that I kept, a much better picture. And this gold striped maroon clown was kept in a 150-gallon aquarium. Very, very cool. So as you can see, the gold striped maroon clown is a perfect fish to represent Christmas. That maroon red Christmas color and that dark gold Christmas color. Very nice fish. Now let's learn about the gold striped maroon clown. Maroon clownfish in general can get to be about 8 inches in length, making them one of the largest clownfish species in the world. However, it is in my research, it is kind of rare to see them above 6.5. So the full-grown size for a maroon clownfish would be anywhere from 6.5 to 8 inches. There are two variants of the maroon clown. There is the common maroon clown, which is a white coloration, and there is the gold striped maroon clown, which is the picture behind me. Both are very gorgeous clowns, and both represent Christmas so well. The clownfish, very beautiful. Now, unlike other clownfish, maroon clowns cannot be kept together. They will kill each other. You'll need several different maroon clowns in one aquarium for it to work. So if you were even considering keeping a pair of maroon clowns, you would need to get at least 4 or 6 and grow them out together. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll get a pair that way. Maroon clowns, just like any other clownfish, will eat pretty much anything you feed them. A good quality marine pellet like New Life Spectrum is a great option. You can also feed them chopped up market shrimp, chopped up tilapia, bloodworms, myestis shrimp, spirina, brine shrimp. Very, very good. Frozen foods is also ideal for the maroon clown. Tank mates for the maroon clown can include diamond gobies. It can include other kinds of gobies like the pink watchman goby or the firefish goby. It can include tangs like the yellow tang, the blue hippo tang in a large aquarium, foxface rabbitfish. Keep them with fish that's not going to try to eat the maroon clown and is not overly aggressive for the maroon clownfish. So I'll see you when the next time I talk about a saltwater fish will be. I don't have an exact estimate when I'll talk about a saltwater fish next here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, but it's coming. It'll be in a few months when I have a saltwater aquarium. So saltwater aquarium hobbyists, get ready to strap on because Aqua Alex is going salty again. I'll still have freshwater aquariums, but I'll also have a saltwater tank up and running as well. So it's been an honor and a privilege to talk about the maroon clown. I'll be back a little later on in the show to talk about one of my all-time favorite fish, the Oscar. Thank you, Aqua Alex, for discussing the gold striped maroon clownfish, a perfect water fish for Christmas. Right now, we're going to go ahead and answer the questions Legendary Alex asks you. Unfortunately, I didn't get any answers for these questions, but if you're catching the replay of this episode, feel free to post your answers in the comments. Every episode moving forward, I'm going to have questions where I'm going to ask my audience, and all you got to do to answer them is post your answers in the comments. Tonight, my questions for you guys were as follows. What do you want for Christmas this year? And what are you looking forward to this Christmas? I'm going to answer the question. What do I personally want for Christmas this year? That's a tough one because I feel like I really don't want any presents anymore now that I'm kind of getting older, but I do appreciate them. So I probably would say that I would love gift cards to Petco and my favorite restaurant. And also I would love a new bowling ball and a new bowling ball bag that holds 2 or 3 of my bowling balls since I go bowling a lot. So I would love some of the essentials that I use for the hobbies that I have, like the Petco gift card or the fish store gift card. Could buy fish food, aquarium supplies, the bowling ball bag and hold my bowling balls and things like that. I could also use a new KitchenAid stand mixer, so that would be a great Christmas gift this year. Now, what am I looking forward to this Christmas? Baking cookies. I love baking. I'm also looking forward to hosting some awesome Christmas themed episodes, like my Christmas Bash, the Merry Christmas Eve Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, and all that fun stuff. So I'm very excited for Christmas this year as well. So if you're just tuning in now, post your answers in the comments and we'll go over it later on in the show. Again, very fun show so far, celebrating our 25th episode. And now, for the first time ever in Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale history, we have a very special guest host who happens to be Brandy, and Brandy is my beagle, and she is going to interview me. So let's welcome Brandy and let's get this interview started. This is going to be a awesome interview.
Hello everyone. My name is Brandy. I am Alex's beagle. I am hosting this special interview. I am the special guest host. My guest right now is going to be my owner and my friend Alex Cardinale. Congrats Alex on 25 amazing episodes of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. My first question is, why did you want a beagle?
Brandy girl, how are you? Thank you for being a special guest host here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. It's not often that I, Alex Cardinale, get to be a guest on my own YouTube channel, and I get to be interviewed by my very own beagle, which is very, very interesting. So I'm excited to see what questions you have for me, Alex Cardinale, to answer.
No problem, Legendary Alex. So what made you want a beagle? You have to tell me it's because I'm awesome, right?
There are a couple of reasons why I wanted a beagle. The first and most important is that beagles are very independent. And I wanted a dog that had an independent personality that is kind of similar to that of a human child. Beagles are very independent dogs. They're also very stubborn, but that makes for a fun dog to teach and a fun dog to grow up with. I also find that beagles are very cute, they're very adorable, and they're very personable, and they're very loving. And I love hound dogs. I love the howl that hound dogs have, and they're very, very cute. So those are the reasons why I personally love beagles and why I wanted a beagle.
So Legendary Alex, what is your favorite thing about me, Brandy the beagle?
What's my favorite thing about you? My favorite thing about my Brandy girl? That's a tough one. Well, I would say it's that you're very loyal. You're a very loyal dog. You're very loving. And I love that you like to cuddle with us and watch movies. So I would say my favorite thing about you is that you're very loving, you're very loyal, you like to watch movies, and you enjoy your family.
What do you like about dogs? Why should people get dogs?
I like that dogs are a man's best friend. They don't argue back with their best friend. They don't tell their best friend off. They don't cuss out their best friends. They get along with their best friends. And sometimes I feel like dogs are the actual best friends that we have, because if we have a bad day, we can always go towards our dog. So one of the biggest things I love about dogs is that they're always there for us when we're happy, when we're sad, when we've had a great day, or when we had a bad day. A dog's love is all the same. So that's why I recommend people who are looking for a pet that they can really take care of to get a puppy or a dog. I think it will cheer them up, and it'll make their outlook on life so much better. That was a great question.
My last question is, would you recommend beagles for those people who are looking at getting a dog and not sure what breed they want?
Yes, I would recommend beagles as a pet for people who are looking for a dog. Beagles do require a little bit of extra work compared to other dogs, but beagles are very loving and it's a reward to raise a beagle. I've had my Brandy for about 6 or 7 years and it's been a joy watching her grow up. She was a terror when she was younger. She never bit anybody. She doesn't bite. Beagles don't bite. But she tore up shoes and stuff. But that's part of the journey of owning a dog. So yes, I would recommend a beagle because at the end of the day, they're very loving, they're very caring, they'll cuddle with you, watch movies with you, and they love to eat. Very rewarding. Beagles are one of the best dogs out there. Thank you, Brandy, for being a special guest host here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale.
Thank you for having me as your special guest host. Love you. Take care, everyone. Woof woof.
That was a fun interview. I had a great time there. Thank you, Brandy. You know, I've been podcasting for almost 10 years, and that was a first. So I thought that would add something interesting to our party. Because, you know, I love animals, not just tropical fish, but I also love dogs as well. Dogs are awesome. Happy holidays, everyone. Legendary Alex Cardinale here. I am a YouTuber and I'm also a live streamer here on Facebook. Heck, you may have already seen some of my live streams. Today, I'm here to tell you that I'm an official video creator here on Facebook, and you, my viewers, can show support by sending me some stars here on Facebook. What exactly are stars? Well, stars are your way to show your support for all the live stream videos that I create. You purchase stars, and the purchase that you make for the stars goes directly towards me, and it'll help me create high-quality live streams and high-quality content in return for you. So in a way, it's your way of showing your appreciativeness for my awesome content that I give to you. I think it is something really cool that Facebook is allowing me to do. So the next time you watch one of my live streams on Facebook, please consider sending a star. It could be any amount that you want. I have never, ever had a Facebook star sent to me, so you could be the first, the second, the third, the fourth, or hell, by the time this video is uploaded, the 100th. But I will be forever grateful if you send me a Facebook star and show your love and support. Because in the next few months, I've got some great videos coming your way. I've got the 800th video coming up on my YouTube channel that'll also stream live right here on Facebook. I've got my 9-year YouTube anniversary, which is now going to be a 9-year live streamer anniversary. That's going to stream right here on Facebook also. So all those great videos, any of the support stars that I get, all those donation funds will go towards prize giveaways for big anniversaries like the 9-year anniversary and things like that. So also consider that. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you watching my videos. I hope you enjoy them. And if you really love my video, and I mean if you really, really enjoyed the video, then kindly consider sending some stars and showing some love and support by sending some Facebook stars so I can start earning some money from these awesome live streams that I do. Because I really do put a lot of hard work and effort into them. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Legendary Alex Cardinale saying, keep it real, keep it legendary, and stay legendary, everybody. All right, so we're having an awesome party tonight so far, celebrating the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, and the party is going to continue, and we're going to do some of our usual Saturday Live with Legendary Alex segments right now, including this one. All right, it's time for this Saturday in history. Today is Saturday, December 3rd, the 337th day of 2022. There are 28 days left in the year. Where is 2022 going? It's almost gone already. Today's highlight in history. On December 3rd, 1984, thousands of people died after a cloud of methyl isonate gas escaped from a pesticide plant operated by a Union Carbide subsidiary in Bhopal, India. On this date, in 1818, Illinois was admitted as the 21st state. In 1828, Andrew Jackson was elected President of the United States by the Electoral College. In 1964, police arrested some 800 students at the University of California at Berkeley, one day after the students stormed the administration building and staged a massive sit-in. In 1992, the first telephone text message was sent by British engineer Neil Papworth, who transmitted the greeting Merry Christmas from his work computer in Newbury, Berkshire, to Vodafone executive Richard Jarvis' mobile phone. On this day in 2015, Defense Secretary Ash Carter ordered the armed services to open all military jobs to women, removing the final barriers that had kept women from serving in combat, including the most dangerous and grueling commando post. In 2017, the second largest U.S. drugstore chain, CVS Pharmacy, announced that it was buying Aetna, the third largest health insurer, in order to push much deeper into customer care. On this day in 2020, Facebook said it would start removing false claims about COVID 19 vaccines. 10 years ago today, in 2012, the White House rejected a $2.2 trillion proposal by House Republicans to avert the fiscal cliff, a plan that included $800 billion in higher tax revenue over 10 years, but no increase in tax rates for the wealthy. Also, 10 years ago, St. James Palace announced that Britain's Prince William and his wife Kate were expecting their first child. Prince George was born the following July. 5 years ago, former longtime Illinois Congressman John Anderson, who ran for president as an independent in 1980, died in Washington at the age of 95. And just last year, 1 year ago, a prosecutor filed involuntary manslaughter charges against the parents of a teen accused of killing 4 students at a Michigan high school, saying they failed to intervene on the day of the tragedy, despite being confronted with a drawing and chilling message, blood everywhere, that was found at the boy's desk. Also last year, President Joe Biden pledged to make it very, very difficult for Russia's Vladimir Putin to take military action in Ukraine, as U.S. intelligence officials determined that Russian planning was underway for a possible military offensive. And that is today in history. That is Saturday, December 3rd in history. Today's birthdays. Singer Jay Morgan is 91 years old. Actor Nicholas Coster is 89. Rock singer Ozzy Osbourne is 74. Actor Amanda Seyfried is 37. Actor Michael Agronio is 35. And actor Jake T. Austin is 28 years old. I, legendary Alex Cardinale, would like to wish anyone celebrating a birthday this past week, anyone celebrating a birthday today or tomorrow, or even this upcoming week, a happy and healthy birthday. I hope you have a great year ahead of you. So that is today in history, and that is everyone celebrating birthdays today. All right, time to recap WWE Friday Night SmackDown from this past Friday night from last night. So, SmackDown was kind of uneventful this week since it aired on FS1 thanks to college football. But Sami Zayn defeated Sheamus, Shayna Baszler defeated Emma, Gunther defeated Kofi Kingston, and Tegan Knox returned to WWE to save Liv Morgan from a confrontation with Damage Control. But Tegan Knox and Liv Morgan got the upper hand. And in the main event, Ricochet defeated Santos Escobar to win the SmackDown World Cup, and Ricochet gets a one-on-one championship match for the Intercontinental Championship against Gunther on December 16th. That is what happened on SmackDown this past Friday, and that's what happened on SmackDown last night. It was announced that next Friday, Kurt Angle will be on SmackDown to celebrate his birthday. And the Usos will defend their tag team titles against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus if they're successful with their tag team defense this Monday on Raw. And that is the Friday Night SmackDown recap. All right. Well, it's been an amazing celebration tonight. But I've got some other amazing celebrations coming your way really soon. Because in a couple of weeks, it's going to be the 800th episode. Legendary Alex Cardinale here. How can you make Christmas any bigger than ever? By hosting the legendary 800th video. That's right, Legendary Alex Cardinale celebrates 800 videos on Friday, December 16th, 2022, live, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. 800 videos is a milestone, and it is incredible, and it is a proud accomplishment to celebrate. Chef Alex Cardinale will be there, and Chef Alex will show you how to make some delicious Christmas baked goods, including red velvet whoopie pies and peanut butter blossoms. Aqua Alex will show off Daryl's fish room. For the first time ever on my YouTube channel, I'm going to go to a fellow fish keeper's fish room and show off his amazing aquariums. Daryl is going to give us a guided walkthrough of his fish room and all the amazing fish he keeps. Plus, there will be other surprises for fish keepers by Aqua Alex. On top of that, I'm going to share my 8 funniest moments on YouTube and more. Legendary Alex Cardinale's 800th video airs live Friday, December 16th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. Make sure to celebrate 800 videos before Christmas. Be there or be square. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you for the support. That's right, Friday, December 16th, we will proudly celebrate our 800th video. Also on the 800th video, I'll make the Twix cookies, and they'll be much better that time. Now, the Christmas 2022 bash is also coming up. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Santa Claus Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the 2nd annual Christmas Bash, live Friday, December 23rd, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. Celebrate Christmas 2 days early with me, the legendary Santa Claus, Alex Cardinale. It's going to be a fun Christmas bash this year. Why? Well, I have a special guest Santa coming on the show. Who will the special guest Santa be on the Christmas 2022 bash? Plus, there will be appearances by Chef Alex Cardinale, who makes some delicious cookies. Chef Alex will show you how to make a cannoli cookie. And there will be an appearance by Aqua Alex, who will show you Christmas-themed fish. And many other Christmas surprises. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Join me, Santa Claus Alex Cardinale, for the second annual Christmas Bash, Friday, December 23rd, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. So this show, Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, has 2 more special episodes coming up in this month of December. On Christmas Eve, I'm going to host a Merry Christmas Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, where everything will be Christmas edition. I haven't decided what topics there will be, but everything will be Christmas related, and that will air on December 24th, Christmas Eve, at 9 p.m. Eastern instead of 10 p.m. And then a week later, it'll be the final Saturday Live of 2022, and it will be the best of 2022, where I announce the winners of the best YouTube videos I did this year, and that'll be on December 30th. Now, starting 2023, my YouTube channel name is going to change. I'll no longer be the legendary Alex Cardinale. I will be the American Alex Cardinale. My YouTube name changes on January 1st. So some of the things you can look forward to in 2023 include the 150th episode of Aquatic Wetline. Of course, my 9-year YouTube anniversary in March. It's going to be a 3-night event. More details to come on the 800th video. And then we've got a big episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale in April. It will be the 1-year anniversary. We shall see what's in store on the 1-year anniversary of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale in April. So those are the other big shows that are coming your way. So let's conclude this party with some awesome segments. Now it's time to talk about football and my favorite team. Well, last week the Buccaneers played horrible. We had the lead, but we ended up squandering the game and losing to the Cleveland Browns in unbelievable fashion. The Browns beat us in overtime in an embarrassing loss. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So now we have to move on. And we move on to week 13. The Buccaneers don't play tomorrow. They play on Monday night. So the Buccaneers are going to be on ESPN. And this is a must-win for us to get back to 500 and look strong and hopefully make the playoffs. So tomorrow the Buccaneers take on the New Orleans Saints. Week 13, Monday Night Football. You can catch this game on ESPN, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on ESPN. And I am projecting that the Buccaneers will defeat the Saints 28-21 on Monday. So I hope the Buccaneers bounce back and get a much-needed victory this weekend. And hopefully we'll head into week 14 next week with a victory under our belt, because we definitely need it. All right, are you ready for some laughs? Now it's time for a Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale tradition. Time for some funny videos. I've got 7 funny videos for you. The first funny video, I couldn't tell whether this was an angry Karen or an angry Chad because the person that was destroying the store was so hideous. But check it out.
You don't know how to handle anybody. You don't know how to. Come on, bring it on. Fuck you, cunt. You started it, and I'm finishing it. And I don't care. You got yourself in a fucking sling. Now you can take that to your fucking boss above that dumbass. And then get yourself in more trouble, fucking dumbass. Because he started fucking flipping off on me. He flipped off because he's having a bad day. And sucks to be his ass. Fuck you. And fuck you, cunt. We like this game.
Black jacket.
Yeah, come on in, Bob.
I really have to protect myself. I need
Yeah, bullshit. He's a fat fucking slob that needs help from his own self. Fucking dumbass.
I'm gonna get hit with something.
Oh, bullshit. You haven't even hit yet.
Okay.
I'm working on it. Now you got a mess clean up, fucking dumb fucking cunt. Yeah, have fun cleaning up your mess. We like making a mess for you fuckers. Come on. Touch me, you fucking son of a bitch.
I'm not touching me.
Yeah, you know better. Because you fucking have yourself in a fucking sling, dumb fuck. Just like he already has himself in a fucking sling. You better figure out what the fuck you are doing with that dumb fucking cunt like him that's a loose cannon that fucking pissed off a customer. Because he started. Yeah, you can laugh all you want. But you remember, you started your shit.
I talked to you, but there's no point.
No, you profanity. You said fuck you, cunt.
No, that's just you.
You said fuck you.
No.
Yes, it was.
Wow, that lady was a certified psycho. Totally crazy bitch. So the next video is funny. It's how I act when I get injured since I grew up in the 90s. Check it out.
Ow, fuck. Ow, daddy, my pussy hurt.
That's how people that grew up in the 2000s act. Very, very accurate. So our next funny video, I think you're going to get a laugh out of this one.
Ma'am, your total was $44 and I'm only taking cash today, okay? I plan on stealing money out the register tonight. I'm not taking credit or debit.
Well, sir, the price
It's actually, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually hard to tell. Okay, the prices is too high. Where's the Black Friday? The Black Friday prices.
Okay, man. Well, today is actually Wednesday. Okay, it ain't Black Friday. It's gonna be a Black Friday when I show up to your funeral wearing black. Okay, this Friday for fucking you up. Okay, ma'am. So once again, your total was $702. Okay, and that's only gonna be in cash because I plan on stealing money at the register tonight, ma'am. Okay.
Well, online had different pricing, so you should match online.
Okay. Well, ma'am, you not online. If you wanted to shop online, you should have did that. Okay, you in my motherfucking face on a good Wednesday. Okay, you will get a good ass whooping today. Okay, ma'am. I'm not playing with you. Don't make me come around this counter.
So what, you gonna come around and get your supervisor?
No, I'm gonna supervise your ass. Okay, ma'am. So your total is now $2,566, and I'm only taking cash tonight. I'm not going ahead and taking credit, debit. I can give you an ass whooping, but I'm not taking a good coupon. Okay, ma'am. So what we doing?
Well, what we're doing is switching these prices to Black Friday prices. That's exactly
ma'am,
what
I promise you, it's going to be a Black Friday when I black your ass out, okay? I'm going to black your ass out and you're going to wake up, it's going to be Monday, ma'am, okay? So if you're going to go ahead and make this total with $10,000, okay? And I only take large bills, okay? Because you're going to get a large ass whooping, man. What we doing?
Okay, I'm going to go, sir.
Goodbye.
Sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Next. Come on, ma'am, come on.
That's funny. So this next funny video is how my aunt would act at a car dealership. Check it out.
This is definitely blown.
Being blown doesn't sound so bad now, does it?
Oh, it's bad. It's going to cost you $2,000 at least to fix. Not to mention your brake pads are completely bald.
I've got something else that's completely bald.
Your tires. Yeah, I saw that. I think you could ride those puppies out for another 10,000 miles.
I bet you've got something I could ride for 10,000 miles.
Nope. The shop does not provide transportation while working on your vehicle. You can contact your insurance provider, though. They'll get you a vehicle.
Yep, that's 100% how my aunt would act, and she would try to use that to her advantage. So this next funny video is really funny. Check it out.
When someone is on drugs, they are
addicted.
When someone smokes, they are
addicted.
What slapped you in the face last night?
Addicted. You are nasty.
That's funny.
Hey, Wendy, can you read this?
Mike Hoochie's Harry.
A little louder.
Mike Hoochie's Harry.
Can you?
What is? Mike Hoochie's Harry. Mike Hoochie's Harry. Mike Hoochie's Harry. What the hell is your problem? Mike.
Read
I'm
it.
reading it. Mike Hoochie's Harry. Mike Hoochie's Harry.
Is
I
it?
don't get it.
Is it really?
Mike Hoochie's Harry. What the hell? Mike. What?
What does it say, Mike?
I'm laughing at him. I don't understand what is so funny.
Just read this.
Mike.
What does it say?
It says Mike Hoochie's Harry. Mike Hoochie's Harry. What?
I'll say. It's not funny to you?
What? I don't understand.
It's not funny to you?
No. Mike Hoochie's Harry. Mike Hoochie's Harry.
I don't know how they didn't get that one. That's pretty funny. Here is our final funny video for this week's episode.
We're here at the line where people are doing it the old-fashioned way. They're just filling out bubbles here. I want to turn some of these people around and ask you guys, sir, can I ask you what your lucky numbers are?
I'm going to pick 14, 24, 2, 7, and 15.
Oh, those are your lucky numbers. Can I tell you what? Do you know your chances of winning?
Slim to none.
Slim to none. You're right. Let me tell you, it's 1 out of 292 million. What do you think about that?
I knew it.
You knew it. Your numbers are lucky, though. Am I right?
I hope so.
Can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay. That's not good. We were hoping for a different answer. That's probably not the answer that we're looking for. All right.
$500 million can make a huge difference in someone's life. Ophelia, thank you.
It's a live TV grand.
That's a good one. Luckily, I haven't had a guest do that to me, thank God. But very, very funny. All right, it's time for our main event and our closing segment. And now I get to talk about a fish that is near and dear to my heart, the Oscar cichlid.
It's time to chat tropical fish. Let's welcome Aqua Alex Cardinale to Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Aqua Alex will be discussing a species of tropical fish each and every week. It will either be a freshwater or saltwater tropical fish species that is in the aquarium hobby and can be kept by aquarium hobbyists. Aqua Alex has kept many different species both fresh and salt. He has knowledge mostly on cichlids, catfish, monsterfish, and many others. What fish is up for discussion today? Ladies and gentlemen, dive into the fish tank. Get ready to welcome the one and the only, Aqua Alex. Here is the one and the only South American and monster fish keeper, Aqua Alex.
Here is Brutus, my tiger Oscar. He is the freshwater fish of the week here on the historic 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Join me as I talk about the gorgeous tiger Oscar right here, right now on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. I got him in April, and eight months later, he is now almost over a foot long. He is an eating machine, and he is certainly the tank boss of this 125. He's my tiger, and he's my mascot for my YouTube channel, and he's going to be a permanent resident here in this 125. I really, really love Oscars. And for a lot of you who have watched my YouTube videos and my fish keeping podcast, you will have come to know that Oscars are one of my all-time favorite fish. And I'm someone that knows a thing or two about Oscars, and I'm very passionate about Oscars. One of the things that I'm going to talk about right now before we start talking about Oscars, this is a very large Oscar, and Oscars are known to get 13, 14, 15 inches long, and mine is almost already over a foot, and he's probably got some more growing to do. But if you look at my Oscar and you compare it to other people's Oscars of similar size, you will notice that my Oscar does not have hole in the head. And the reason that is because I have never once fed Brutus, my large tiger Oscar, anything live. I have never fed him any live feeder goldfish or even feeder guppies. The reason being, those feeder goldfish and those feeder guppies, they contain a fatty acid in them that causes hole in the head. Also, hole in the head is caused by water that has very bad quality, and that can cause hole in the head. So he only gets shrimp, krill, pellets, and earthworms. And as you can see in the video, he has quite the personality. For some reason, he was trying to knock that rock over, which I hope he never does, because that can crack this tank. And I don't have $1,000 lying around to get another 125. But anyway, let's learn some more about tiger Oscars and Oscars in general. I think Brutus doesn't want to be on camera anymore, so I'll let him relax, and we'll get talking about Oscars now. That was Brutus, my male tiger Oscar. He is a gorgeous brute, isn't he? He's a gorgeous tiger Oscar. Anyway, it's time for our freshwater fish of the weekend here on the historic 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. And I, Aqua Alex, am excited to talk about a freshwater fish that is near and dear to my heart. And that obviously is the Oscar cichlid. Now, I grew up raising and keeping Oscar cichlids because my dad raised several Oscar cichlids. And then when I finally entered the aquarium hobby over a decade ago, I got into Oscar cichlids and I started keeping them and raising them and having fun with them. I have to say that as a fish keeper, it is my personal experience and my personal opinion that Oscars are certainly one of the most fun fish you'll ever have in the aquarium hobby. They have personality like dogs, they love to eat, and they're very personable. Now, I have a very biased opinion where there is no one better to talk about Oscars than yours truly, Aqua Alex, but I could be wrong. But I really do like Oscars. There was one point in time when I was doing audio podcast called Aquatic Wetline, Aquarium Hobbyist Podcast, etc., that I was known as Oscar Alex. So that is why I figured on such a celebration, I'll talk about Oscars. And I've done numerous care guide videos on Oscar cichlids, so today I figured, you know what, why not talk about a fish I really love once again, and I will talk about the Oscar cichlid. So the Oscar cichlid comes to us from South America. You'll find them in Peru, Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, all over South America. And there are many different species of Oscars. The genus Astronautus has a couple of species, but the most popular Oscar in the aquarium hobby is Astronautus ocellatus, which is a very beautiful Oscar. Now, the variants that are available in the aquarium hobby include the common tiger Oscar, which is what Brutus is, and which is what this Oscar is right here, the Oscar next to my head. There's the albino tiger Oscar, which is where my head is. So technically, I'm a talking albino tiger Oscar. And then there is a red Oscar, which is like a tiger Oscar without stripes, but a full black and red body, which is great. Now, Oscars get pretty large. Oscars can grow anywhere from 14 to 16 inches in length. However, I would probably say 14 inches would be a pretty decent full grown Oscar. So do keep that in mind that Oscars do get really large should you ever want to get one. You'll need at least a 75-gallon aquarium. The larger the aquarium, the better. You're also going to want some heavy filtration because Oscars do produce a lot of waste. Because one thing you're going to learn about Oscars is they love to eat. They will eat just about anything that will fit in their mouth or anything they think can fit in its mouth. So tank mates for the Oscar include large growing fish. Good tank mates would be silver dollars, tinfoil barbs, other Oscars, Jack Dempsey's, firemouth, severums, pike cichlids, peacock bass, etc. But because you have to have other large growing fish, make sure you have a large tank. Also, Oscars will eat anything, so you can feed them a steady diet of quality cichlid pellets like New Life Spectrum, Omega 1, or Hikari. They'll also eat raw market shrimp and tilapia and earthworms. Stay away from feeder goldfish because feeder goldfish will cause hole in the head and it'll cause your Oscar to get sick and die. Other than that, Oscars are really simple to keep, very fun fish to raise, very personable, and I think you're going to love an Oscar cichlid. So if you have any questions on Oscars, post them in the comments and I will answer them. I'd like to say thank you to Aqua Alex for allowing me to be here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. I also want to say thank you to Marks Ark for having some good fish today and allowing me to film some of their aquariums. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this historic milestone 25 episodes of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Catch me, Aqua Alex, on Aquatic Wetline and on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Thank you, Aqua Alex, for educating us on the amazing Oscar cichlid. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here for the historic 25th episode. It was awesome. I had a blast tonight celebrating 25 episodes. And now I cannot wait for our 50th episode and our 1 year anniversary. I'm going to continue putting out great Saturday night episodes for you of this amazing talk show that I created last April. Special thanks to Kelly for being a great guest. Thank you, Kelly Love, for coming on and being an amazing guest. Special thanks to Brandy for being a good beagle and being a good special guest host. And a special thanks to Marks Ark for having some good fish and allowing me to do a trade-in for this weekend's show. I want to thank everyone that watched today's video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and share this video on social media so that everyone else can check it out. I'm going to continue delivering high-quality Saturday Lives each weekend, and this series will grow, and I hope to make it a very positive, awesome one. So once again, thank you all for watching the 25th episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Next week, I'm going to show you how to make M&M cookies in the kitchen, and we're going to have a very special guest. Kelly Love returns next Saturday to continue our discussion. The fish of the weekend is going to be the rainbow shark next weekend, and plenty of Christmas chat. So tune in to next weekend's Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody, and thank you for being a part of history. I'll see you on the 50th episode, and I'll continue delivering high-quality weekend episodes. Good night, everybody.